Okay, today we'll be working on this 2003 Chevy Silverado. We've got a problem with the dash cover, which is beginning to show some cracks, and also replacing the daytime running lights, or the ambient light sensor, which controls the automatic headlights and the daytime driving lights. Okay, this is what the daytime driving lights look like if they're functioning properly when you turn the ignition on. But right now the headlights are coming on all the time. Once the ignition is turned on, the headlights come on and not the daytime driving lamps. Okay, and again, this job will require the removal of this dash cover, as it's called. We're going to actually replace it with a replacement which is not available any longer. It's discontinued. You can see the crack that's beginning to form from the sun damage, and the ambient light sensor there that will be replaced is defective, and it's not controlling the daytime running lights and the automatic headlamps. Okay, as we continue, these are the screws on the passenger side that will have to be removed, and again, along with this vent, that grab bar, and this vent as well. There's a screw behind each one of these that we'll have to remove, along with this dash, that front panel of the dash. 8 pillows on both sides. Okay, now here's a shot of the replacement dash cover. Again, it's been discontinued by General Motors. You need to find one. You have to find it in a junkyard, or like I did in this case, on eBay. And I'll flip it over and show you the actual part number. Again, this is for a 2003 Silverado. I don't know how clear that part number is coming out, but that is the part number for the dash cover. Okay, continuing on. Now we're on the driver's side. We're going to remove this front panel, and to do that we're going to have to put the ignition on. Make sure you set the parking brake before you do this. And we're going to drop the steering wheel. Now we'll just begin. Now we've got the steering wheel dropped, the car's dropped into the gear is all the way down and into drive 1, and this just pops right off. Alright, and then we'll just have to lift it to remove, and we got it out. Now once that's off, that front panel, we have, I think these are 7mm screws that we'll have to remove here along the face. Again, to that side where we'll remove those 2 vents and that assist bar, pull bar. So we'll move on to that next. Okay, actually these are a 9/32 socket head. We got those to remove. There's another one there. Right here, we'll get that one out as well. Alright, so we have the screws removed from the driver's side panel. Now we'll go over to the passenger side and do the same thing. Okay, next we'll be popping out these vents, screwdriver. Get these out of here. Come out pretty easy, and There's your screw that we need to remove, and we'll do the same thing on this side right here. Pop it out, take and remove those screws. Okay, the next step, we've got this vent out. This will be to get that grab bar. You can see that white clip. We have to depress that on both sides as we pull the bar out. That'll free it up. So we'll do that next. Unfortunately, I won't be able to actually show the video, but you can press that white button there, right there, and pull out. This should come out. Okay, so we depressed those white clips on either side. Give it a pull, and it comes away. Out it comes. Next thing we'll do is remove these air pillow covers, and this should just be a pop out here. Just grabbing it, and it should pop right out. Just pull on it, and away it comes. Okay, again, here's the driver's side air pillow cover. We're going to pop that out by simply just grabbing the end with both hands, which I won't be able to show right now, and it will pull away from that clip we saw on the other side, and then we'll just be able to lift it out. Got it popped away. There's the clip, and just lift it out, and we've got that out of the way. Our next step will be to actually slide this cover out towards us. I'll have to lower the steering wheel again, and we'll slide that whole piece out. We'll have to then disconnect that ambient light sensor and go from there. Okay, we've gotten everything loose, and of course it was already split, so as we started to pull it away from each side, it broke away. And so we got two pieces here. I'm going to remove those. The ambient light sensor right here, I'll unscrew that and then unplug it, because we're going to replace that and put a new one in on the replacement cover. Right now we're about 30 minutes into this job. Okay, as we prepare to install the dash cover, see these clips that's along the windshield at the defrost area. Those are the clips that the dash cover itself will need to engage into. Okay, and looking at the dash cover now, and these are the corresponding clips that will need to align with the ones in the dash. Also, I've installed the ambient light sensor. I think that's the best way to put it in, because you want to make sure it's secure. Okay, we're preparing to slide this dash back in to its area on the dashboard, the cover. There is some maneuvering that's going to need to be done to get those clips aligned. I'll work through that and be back to show you the final makeup here. Okay, with some maneuvering and being able to look from the outside windshield side looking in, you can kind of make sure that the clips are aligning one another. You do have to do a little pushing. I've installed one bolt over on that side, on the driver's side, and I've installed these two bolts here right kind of in the center off to the right of the radio, and I'm about to install the bolts at the two vent areas. Everything looks like it's lining up. We got our ambient light sensor plugged in. It just needed to be plugged in prior to sliding the cover all the way in. Alright, we installed screws in on the passenger side. Now we'll reinstall the cover. Move over to, actually I'm going to put the grab bar in, the vents, and then move over to the other side. Okay, we continue along the process. You see we've got the vents back in on the passenger side along with the assist bar. That's installed. It just push right back in, and it locked, the clips locked it in place. Bolts are in around this side, and now we're working on the fuse panel driver's side. Need a stubby screwdriver for this inside screw on both sides. Okay, as we continue the reassembly, we still have the A pillar passenger side and the driver's side. I'm about to reinstall that. Just a simple reversal of the removal procedure. You'll need to push that down inside the dash in this area here, and then just simply clip it. Okay, now we are on the passenger side, getting this trim installed again. Just a reversal of what we had on the with the removal. Okay, you got the A-pillar trim in on the passenger side along with on the driver's side. Now the next step is to reinstall this trim, which, remember, I'll set the parking brake. We're going to need to turn the ignition on and then be able to drop the vehicle into low gear. Make room for that trim to come back in. Okay, now we're going to set that. The whole trick is to really get it around the steering wheel down into that area, and the rest of it is just quite simple. It'll just snap right back in. Okay, it's not quite all the way in. I just got it laid down flush there, and then just be a matter of snapping it in. And we'll get that pushed back in, and be back to see if headlights and driving lamps and all that's working as it should be. Okay, now we've got it all together. Let's see if it in fact is working like it's supposed to. I have a mirror set up. I'm going to put this in gear, and the driving lamps come on. So that part of it is working the way it's supposed to. I'm going to next cover up the ambient light sensor and see the headlights will come on. It might take a few minutes for that to happen. Okay, so I covered the light sensor, and there the headlights come. They came on, so that is functioning the way it's supposed to. Again, this is how you do it. Hopefully this demonstration has helped, maybe help you out in a project of this type. And I think maybe we've determined that replacing this ambient light sensor that seems to fail after a number of years, removing the cover to get to it is probably the easiest thing. It takes about half hour, 45 minutes to do that.